Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and all those in the Technicolor rainbow in between, greetings and salutations. Welcome in to week 17 of the Maelstrom. First and foremost, I would like to thank Kayeth, who is currently not here right now, for your 34 months of Tier 1. Squinto, thank you for your 53rd month of Tier 1. And thank you so much for gifting Tier 1 subs to Joe Mojo, hashtag Shield Joe, Vegeta Rules 9001, and Stormtrooper with an average aim. Also, Squinto, I don't know if you've noticed, I don't know if you've seen the stream that I did on Friday. My dude, the narrator in Heading Out sounds just like Victor Vicious.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Or Adrian Driscoll.
Yeah, or Driscoll. Well, Driscoll has more of a southern drawl to him.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's more of a softer Driscoll. Or a softer Vicious.
It was very interesting to go through this storyline. To be narrated by Victor Vicious. Especially with some of the things that I found in that particular gameplay. But that's neither here nor there. Next time, you know what? Next time we play that, we've got to see if we can get Squinto in on the call.
Oh, 100%. Squinto, didn't you know you narrated for a game we played on Friday?
So, Squinto, there's a game called Heading Out. It's a driving game. And the narrator in that game sounds like you doing Victor Vicious. It sounds like Victor Vicious is narrating that game. Take a look at my stream on Friday, or watch some gameplay of the game, and you'll hear what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That being said, I do believe it's about time that we get this first match going, don't you?
Yes. Yoomst. Oh, hey, it's Leaper Brothers.
Yep. And they're going to kick the shit out of Santa Claus.
Beautiful.
Well,
Wait. What?
They're going on the Nihilist permanently.
Bob, the stream for some reason on Discord is just straight white.
Sounds like a you problem, doesn't it?
I mean, guaranteed it's a me problem. Between the three of us in the
it's fixed.
booth right now, I am the one with the skill issue.
Hmm.
Correct, Derekai. You are, in fact, up first.
So, fun fact: the Leaper brothers are currently investigating the Dark Druid of Sanctuary.
Ooh. I mean, as long as it's not the Swamp Druid of Sanctuary, he's currently out of town.
Wait, Dark Druid?
Uh-huh.
Is that,
One that might have broken out when a certain Gobbo did a jailbreak? Maybe.
I'm sure it's fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
He might look a little bit.
Derekai?
He might look a little bit
Derekai?
different now.
Yeah. Derekai, don't worry about the temporality of it. The matches take place adjacent to everything that's going on.
Luckily, the warlock's been arrested already.
Oh, good.
The guard got a hold of that one. They beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, that caused some nasty rumors in Sanctuary due to that.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few people who likes the guard a little bit less because of that specific event.
Mm-hmm.
The Sons of Scylla currently have two defenses. They have one, if I remember correctly. I'm going to double check that now.
Remember, you can check the results on the Maelstrom Discord to see.
Yeah, they won it 3 episodes ago, and they've had 2 successful defenses since. So they need, what, 2 more or 3 more?
Hey, Rosa.
Yeah.
I think this motherfucker's stealing your gig.
What do you mean? He doesn't look like a clown.
Wait, so is this like legit Santa Claus or?
The dude's name is Nicholas.
There's only room for one red gobbo here.
I have good
That's
news.
me.
I have good news. He isn't a gobbo.
Yeah, but the red gobbo is basically like supposed to be like Santa.
There.
According to chat, Nico in his vaguely European fishing outfit.
Beautiful. I mean, when you're out on the water, you do want to keep warm.
How much is in this? 28 ounces.
Oh, that isn't too bad.
I just
Now are they...
No, since I got into the call with you, I've pretty much almost finished 28 ounces of my bootleg Baja Blast.
Beautiful. Are they big ounces or small ounces?
Yes.
Beautiful.
In other words, this shit's good and I can't stop drinking it. I understand Monty now.
Oh, did Monty give you the recipe, or?
No, Monty is obsessed with Baja Blast.
Fair.
To the
I don't
point.
think we get it in the UK.
Yeah. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of Baja Blast. However, my palate prefers much more bitter drinks.
I prefer Mountain Dew Code Red to anything.
I don't think I've had Mountain Dew in like 10 years. Outside of one sip of Baja Blast because I had it at a KFC nearby.
So what you're saying is Nico is he's a shitpost.
Beautiful.
He's a shitpost based on the fishing minigame. Also, for everybody here, I'm sorry I haven't been able to run the fishing minigame as of late. Work has been a bit. Yeah, I've been at a new job for like a month now, and I'm just now finishing training, which means my schedule's about to change again.
Yeah.
No worries, Bob.
But for those that are active members on the Patreon, we're holding votes for the items that are being added to the fishing list. The bands of loyalty nearly got added to the fishing shop, but got voted out in lieu of beads of I believe it was beads of nourishment, or was it a healing potions?
I think it was the healing pot.
So, show of hands, who here knows what a band of loyalty does?
Depending on the system, one of three things.
Unfortunately, I do not.
I will put it to you like this: if you saw an item that said "Band of Loyalty," would you buy it and equip it?
If I knew what it did, yes.
Without knowing what it does.
Out of morbid curiosity.
That would be a maybe, but that would be a curiosity. But that would also be why I would use something like Identify.
Yeah. I mean, without identifying it, out of morbid curiosity, yes.
For me, it would be a maybe, but would be a yes.
Would you like to know what it does?
Sure.
Please do tell.
The Band of Loyalty. If you are reduced to 0 hit points while attuned to a Band of Loyalty, you instantly die. These rings are favored by spies who can't afford to fall into enemy hands.
They're basically a cyanide pill.
Those are actually really useful.
And the folks, I left a trap for the folks on Patreon to see if they would go for it or know what it was and went for it, and it almost got into the game, almost. Oh, hey JC. My friend, my compatriot, my compere. I might need to huck some money at you before long. New job means new adult money, which means I might need some actual, factual, physical fucking art for Gabby.
Wonderful. Beautiful.
That's not, that's not Kokonoe.
Now you see, JC is apparently bad luck for me.
Why?
Every time I talk to him about getting everything set up to get a commission, I get hit with something, which means I'm suddenly on the back foot and can't get it. It's driving me insane. JC, why do you do this to me? Moral lever, not taking the moral high ground.
Because, you know, JC, I seem to recall almost everybody in everybody in BOTT, Bearers of the Torch, has artwork for their character. Either done by JC the Doodle or the Manda Panda, but Gabby has none, and I need to resolve that.
Gabby is in fact a good bean.
Straw Hat, are you a member of the Bearers of the Torch game? And two, are you a member that has appeared on stream?
Bearers of the Torch is the D&D campaign based in the My Hero Academia world, run by our very own Jonathan.
It's usually run every Wednesday. Or, excuse me. It's run on Wednesdays, maybe every other Wednesday. The Bearers of the Torch is an interesting game in that I don't play a hero in that game for either of my characters.
What? You not a hero? How dare, Bob?
Band of Loyalty at Lock Leech, we have the Band of Disloyalty. In case of capture, you are compelled to say anything that will keep you alive with +3 charisma checks and saves with advantage. Works every time, 60% of the time. The band is powered by pre-selected life forces of people you have emotional connections to. Get yours now.
I'm legally not allowed to say the things that the BAC can and may provide to groups that would be looking for the truth, and nothing but the truth.
Mm-hmm.
What's that, Bob?
Mm-hmm.
I've joined the Patreon now.
Oh no, why?
Well, I want to support, you know, you.
Oh shit. That also means that depending on the tier that you got, you get to make an NPC that will be put somewhere in the Maelstrom for potentially somebody to run into.
Well, if it's got the image of Dr. Grimm on it.
I mean, I think that they've all... A lot of them have Grimms on it. Some of them have
Yeah,
Daenerys.
it's bronze tier.
Bob, can we get a jiggle for Lengchi?
I will see about commencing the wiggling. Soon.
Thank you, Bob.
You are quite welcome, my friend. Let's see.
Moral leper with the shell stopper. Directly into a half Boston crab, I think. You know, I'm still not very good with the wrestling moves.
As of right now, according to the latest poll, it looks like the Armor of Gleaming enchantment token is leading over the Beat of Refreshment And it was indeed the Beat of Nourishment that won in the first round.
I mean, a bead of nourishment is really good when travel is so important in the Maelstrom.
Rosso, yes. With the bronze tier, you get to work with me to make a civilian level NPC.
Cool.
And that will be put somewhere in the Maelstrom. And I see that the trinkets have started coming in. And Doppel with
gosh, JC.
And Doppel with a tier 1 courtesy of the very, very generous, probably not a mayor.
Yes. So, Bob, you remember the thing that you got pinged with from yesterday?
Yeah, it was a mayor from like 3 months ago.
Yeah. Oh, look, a train. Don't worry, it's not a hype train yet.
Let me check something. Good God. Let me see.
I mean, that's fair, Zach. We are currently waiting on the world features to unlock due to event first.
Believe it or not, Straw Hat, a lot of people call him probably No Tamer, but it's Amir.
Yeah.
That's the dude. Like, the dude's name is literally Amir.
We've actually had a couple of people where we've sat there and clarified on stream, hey, is this your name or is this your name? Because there's Belzak, there's Nothamir, and there's one other that I can't remember right. Iki thanking Nicholas for his assistance in this match.
Yeah.
Ling Shi's fixed himself, it's fine.
And now I get to go back and check all the... Okay. How many... Good! Holy shit!
You doing alright, Bob?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I owe 8 people trinkets while I was trying to figure out a problem that I got messaged by.
I mean, you can blame JC for it.
According to this, Robot was the first one that redeemed.
I mean, yes, but it took a few minutes between Robot and JC.
So, Robot, JC, Squinto, KM, Vegeta Wolves, Scythe,
Yep, I got a list.
Reject, and Matrix.
Yes. We have the pop-up list.
Robot, enjoy your peacock feather.
Hey kids, want to see a dead body?
It depends. What kind of dead body? How long has it been dead? And is there any chance of it coming back to life?
In that order, a tiefling isn't dead yet, and if I play my cards right, no.
Yes. I have the resurrection kit still.
Hmm.
Legally, we are classified as the happiest place in the Maelstrom at this point in time, so we cannot have any death on premise.
Then who said it was going to be on the premise?
The fact that you've brought it up means that it can't happen.
Anyway, what's this about a dark druid being busted out of prison?
Don't worry, it's fine.
This happened while you were on your vacation.
Yeah, and Bob, you're going robot.
That's a fucking shame.
That's a little better.
The Cybermen got him. I apologize, folks.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Okay, is this druid related to this shadow thing that my party, well, my former party is currently investigating?
Yes, but also no.
Maybe.
Who was on your former party?
It was, let's see, it was, okay, let's see, it was Artemis, Matrix, I think Squinto was involved at some point. And, who else was it?
Was this before or after Squinto got smeefed?
What the heck is a Smeef?
That'll be before. Don't worry, you'll find out later.
And I think it was Bloody, or was it Neoma? I can't remember.
It wouldn't be Neoma. Bloody is Artemis.
Okay, yeah, it was Artemis, yeah.
These two are having a hell of a match. Hey, JC. Get love, nerd.
Hello, God.
Yeah, there we go.
Is that you?
My microphone was off. Hello.
Oh shit, it's the big boss.
The biggest
Oh,
of bosses.
And Solomon, he was with me, but then he left for the other place.
Yes. And currently, he is holding a cactus. It's great.
Why is
Why
he
is he holding
a
a
cactus?
cactus?
Why not?
Jake-
Because
Seriously, soda.
shenanigans.
You know what? JC, I want this to be a thing. The cactus is now Solomon's Valentine's Day present.
There you go. Cactus is now his Valentine's. Right, blah, 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 blah. Yep, that's the words.
You're welcome.
Yes. Marvelous. Congratulations, Owen. You now have a whole cactus.
Where you put it is entirely up to you.
Yes.
And
Currently, it
potentially...
is
no.
yes. Currently, it is a entire.
As someone who lives
various
in a state filled with cactus, I can tell you it is not that good to hold.
No.
I mean, it's fine to
imagine
hold a
no one
cactus.
would hold a cactus. It would be quite poor.
Considering it just insta-popped in somewhere.
Yeah.
No, I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to hear. Greetings, noble paladin. I am Groot.
No, that was already met by the underground, the Underdark crew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it Marvel vs. Capcom that has the fighter that is literally just a cactus?
Yeah, I think it is.
Alright. Nope, Moral has become the manager.
Delightful.
Yes, he needs the jiggling.
In unrelated news, I can confirm that the Marvel Multiverse TTRPG, quite fun. Really enjoy it. Very good.
Is it as confusing as the Multiverse Saga?
No, it's quite easy to use. I enjoyed it.
JC,
Yeah.
speaking of, at some point in time, I need to somehow convince you to play the Vismine system.
Ah, yes. Listen, I'm always up for things. Usually on the days that I'm not running the game, but yes, feel free to just float it by me, and I will be more than happy to let you know if I'm available or not.
Of course. I mean, we've been running on Saturdays. However, we're also neck deep in one of the last testing campaigns before I can do a proper campaign.
Thunderbuff.
What the fuck is Yig Hayakeki going to do with this?
Do with
Oh,
what?
I assume.
Kayeth, enjoy
his
your book
thing.
of porn.
beautiful.
Oh no.
What kind of porn? What kind?
Ooh, I don't believe it specifies.
It says a
Correct.
book of smut, and that is about as much detail as we need.
Man.
Oh.
Also, what item
Unfortunately,
did I get?
can I get some specifics on this, Bob?
Oh no.
JC, you found a small sticky substance that is unidentifiable, but animals seem to enjoy eating it.
It may or may not be
That's
related. Thank you.
unpleasant. I'd like to donate that to Yig. Well, actually, no, I know exactly. Penguin, here. You can have it again.
Don't give stuff to me, Bob. Sorry, JC.
You're right. I gave it to the penguin. We're good now. I will trust the penguin
give
with
it to the
sticky
penguin.
substance. It'll go well.
Ah,
for
yes,
me.
give it to Sick Mickey.
Yes.
I forgot
Also,
about that.
funny enough, Bob, I was able to theoretically build Gabby, like actual proper Gabby ability in the Marvel RPG.
Really? Do tell.
Yeah, omniversal travel. It is just a straight up ability in that game.
Oh no, because
Yeah.
that's one of the core abilities of the the Oni. The hero, the storyteller, the narrator. And your winners, Iki Sofon and Nicholas Claudio.
How long did that match last?
Yes.
Yes. At least it wasn't the April Fool's match.
Do I
Damn.
know what that is?
I still get nightmares.
So, allow me to give you
Please tell me it
context.
didn't Wait, please tell me it did not involve clowns.
There was some
No,
clowns.
there was some clowns in there, yeah.
So, I chose, on a Sunday that was just April 1st, I said that I was going to have a match. And it was an 8-person elimination match, and it was going to have very high stakes. I believe it was something like a wish was on the line for this one match, and the winner takes the wish. And I started the match. And there was, 1 elimination, then 2 eliminations, then 3 eliminations. And then they kept fighting. And fighting. And fighting.
And it didn't end?
It did not end.
It didn't end.
It never ended.
About...
I had an entire paper that was due.
Oh, fuck! That was you?!
That was me! It was always me! I had a paper that I was delaying writing to watch the end of the darn episode.
Okay, hang on. Butler hasn't been to hasn't teleported back to the arena in a while. So how is he doing this if he hasn't if it hasn't gone back yet?
Temporal
just-
desynchronicity.
Remember the arena works on timey-wimey bullshit.
Yeah, I understand chaotic logic, but if I haven't teleported there, then I couldn't be participating, and I wouldn't have gotten this information. And oh no, I've gone cross-eyed.
Yes.
It
It does
Best
it
not
automatically.
question it. You are there, and do not worry about it.
Yes.
I have some interesting news.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the book of smut that Yig got came from Franzi's stash.
This makes sense.
Now, what was this about burning down villages?
Ah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
It involved me. Oh,
You know,
I don't think
I
so.
didn't think about that when I booked this match, but you know.
Yeah,
what did you do?
can only go well. You've always wanted to
Big,
fight Wolf, didn't you? That's always gone well.
Big Daddy Chaos had a hand in this match, and he remembers things.
Probably.
What did you do?
Ah, it's fine. Don't
Humor.
worry about it.
Humor.
There's only
is the
14
eternal-
villages on the line.
To be honest with you, Straw Hat, nobody did anything. I was going through matches, and I was picking people from the top of the list, and it was just random chance that Butler ended up with Miska.
And 14 villages are on the line in this match.
I didn't
No, I
know.
believe you survived that one.
No, Solomon won that match, so those villages are saved.
Yeah, they're safe.
And why am I hearing? Why did I think I heard something about villages being burnt down when I came into the stream?
I don't know.
That's fine. Don't worry about it.
I think we were talking about something else.
Your conscience, maybe? Echoes of the
Yeah.
past?
A tiny cricket on your shoulder?
Just the one?
Do you want to get sued? The mouse is always listening. It has big ears.
Oh, fuck, the mouse is gonna come for my butt, y'all.
Yeah,
As
have
you
a
were
fight
saying
like
about
that.
Jiminy
Now,
Cricket is open copyright. We're fine.
Yeah. Okay. Now you were saying about the April Fool's match.
Oh yeah, just never ended.
Your paper, JC.
Yes. I got 100 on it, so that's good. That was a long time ago now. Yeah, that was very funny because I was like, oh well, all right, guess I'll work on that now since this is probably not gonna end.
So,
Oh.
the match went for like, what, 3-4 hours before I
Alright,
gave
yeah.
up the jig.
Yeah. We had a whole
3
bunch of people
hours.
saying like you. We had a whole bunch of people saying, Bob, are you pranking us? And you're like, no, I don't know what you guys are talking about. And you're like, yeah, I think you do.
It was so here's the thing. It was a legitimate match.
Yeah.
It was just a knockout
Small,
match
yeah.
with 5 Heresy Tech characters that legitimately could not be knocked out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and
it
where
was
did the
the
clown shenanigan
fight
come into play?
I missed
there
the
was
days.
what's his face
Mr. Wranglums was in that
Wranglums
match.
Was in there. Yeah.
Ah.
I think also Touchums was.
Yeah, Touchums was in there, but he was eliminated.
Yeah, he got eliminated.
Oh wait, this was
I think it
Maelstrom
came.
one. Wait,
Yeah,
Maelstrom one.
Maelstrom won. I think it came down to, as I remember, Hyper Ultra Doom Citric versus Wranglums. I think that was the last two.
It was 5 Heresy Tech creations. So it was Clown Killer Citric, Wranglums, the Clown Father, Henrietta Hare,
Oh Lord.
and somebody else, I believe.
Oh, I forgot about her.
If I
You-
may, very quickly.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Dr. Caliban, for the tier 1 gift, for the tier 1 sub for 60 months.
Indeed.
I blocked Henrietta Hare from my memory, and
Uh,
I did so well until now.
Hey, JC, when you
Oh,
think of
you know
Henry,
exactly the one that
if
I'm
you
talking
think
about.
of if you think of Henrietta Hare, what form do you
You
immediately
know
think
exactly the one, the giant Hulk one that came in, stomped on I can't remember whose ribs, and instant killed him.
Semjax.
of? That was
Oh, that's right, it was Simjax.
yeah, that was Simjax.
I remember just
Mr.
jump,
Fistum's
boing.
woo-woo.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
Mr. Fistums was a thing, and he was a devastatingly lethal clown. Like, he was the alpha villain clown, even beyond Touchums.
Well, who was Fistums then?
That was a knockoff of 8 and 0.
Yep.
And so
That was
he
the-
had time powers.
Well, hopefully my match with this particular wolf will go better than my match with Alistair Evergreen did.
Victor is saying, well, Squinto is saying that Victor got stomped.
Probably.
Yeah,
I
it
mean-
was a gauntlet.
Multiple people got stomped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was they
the
sent
God
in like
Lord.
5 people one at a time, and all of them took 1 hit and died.
Yeah.
the individual of those 5 people in the gauntlet that lasted longest was Semjax. No, wait. It went Semjax, and then it went Johan. Johan lasted the longest, but Semjax was the first one to last more than 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Because he got his ribs stomped in, and it took
Repeatedly.
time to jump. Yeah. Bounce, bounce, bounce.
I mean, that is what bunnies tend to do.
Yeah, the bunny hop. The bunny hop was the dangerous one.
I miss the days of Heresy Tech.
No, we don't.
You seem to underestimate the ability of some of us in the community to be able to heresy tech again. It's just the lack of willingness to do so.
Exactly. Now we don't have to worry about all that stuff. There are other ways to fight giant in-game bosses than having to kill them inside the ring.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
You
see, we used to go through the days of heresy tech to ensure victories. Now we just do it in post with editing.
Yes.
Why do you call it heresy tech?
Because we literally have to go into the game files and break the game in order to do what we want. It's called heresy tech because the biggest instances of them being made were Murder Cave creations. You know, all
And
the...
of course, let me guess, and it all involves Warhammer, right?
No.
Not really.
Not always.
I think the only one that involved Warhammer was what? The Ice and Blood.
Flag Lariat!
Here's the thing. I believe all of the Inquisition was heresy tech to a degree. Everything in the Under was heresy tech.
Oh, I remember the Under.
Are you looking forward to the heresy tech in the Under again?
Is Under coming back?
Yeah, it is.
I'm pushing for it.
Bringing it back.
It's not returning.
is talking about it.
So, I don't know if it's coming back as it was, with the format that it was. Like,
Can't believe I'm gonna have to get shadow boxed by Ouroboros again. I'm not prepared for it.
Yeah, that speed that Ouroboros used, that was heresy tech. Her speed was like 255.
I remember it well. My bones shattered from the impact.
That's okay. You don't need those.
What was the what was boosted about the twin double dragons?
They were let me see if yes, so Aurum and what was the other one? Argentum.
Argentum, yeah.
Aurum and Argentum were specifically designed to work perfectly alongside each other. Their stats were perfectly crafted to perfectly resonate and perfectly harmonize with each other. They also focused on certain aspects. Each one focused on certain aspects that would make the other much more dangerous. Believe it or not, a lot of Murder Cave builds are reminiscent of something else. Would you like to know what we used as inspiration when we made the Inquisition?
What's that?
Let me
Spain.
guess. Ordo Inquisitorius.
The clowns.
Yeah.
The most dangerous of the Inquisitors, Draven Drago, the rogue trader. Can you guess which clown he was based off of?
$20 says Rippums.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, figured so. He seems very rogue trader.
And I take it Tomasian Graves was based off of Hector Graves.
Perhaps.
Very quickly, on the mention of Ouroboros from Cockfar, I love my wife.
That's my way.
I love how
And
that
a
just...
special shout out.
That was a delightful.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
That was a delightful meme that arose from the community. Just like everyone's like, "Yep, we finally found Crockbar."
That's just a like, got your head down.
Oh yes, the mating dance.
Yeah, how Taka just kept going.
We never did find out what was at the last level of the Under, from what I know.
It was, wasn't it? Was it not
You said-
Nargul?
No, Nargul was the defender of the final level. You had to beat Nargul to face the final threat, and
How
And I
many,
think no one ever
Nobody
beat him.
nobody ever
how
beat
many
him.
levels of the Under were there again? 7?
So there
Or
was.
5.
It started off with King Ogre. You had to.
AKA Ogre from Tekken.
And then from there, you go to Ouroboros. If you beat Ouroboros, you go to level 3, in which you have to get a tag team partner to face off against Aurum and Argentum.
Yeah, that was where I stopped.
Level 4 was Nargul. Nargul was the most dangerous thing that the Murder Cave has ever made, because what Nargul is the culmination of everything that we specialized in. We basically took Nargul and passed off Nargul to each other, and we all added our own special touch. What made us great in terms of the Murder Cave and character building, and we passed him back and forth. Like, Arkoff made the appearance of Nargul. Grizzly worked on the finishers. Chaz went through and worked on this part of his moveset. I worked on this part of his moveset. And
Is he the same Nargul build that we fought in Maelstrom?
yes,
Oh, wow, we actually killed him? Good for us.
the thing is that Nargul was heresy teched. The Nargul in how to word this. The Nargul that was in the Under was much more extremely heresy teched, whereas my version was not as heresy teched.
We got a
have to
slight
be fair.
easier time. And that was the only way we could get rid of... That was the only way we could stop the orcs. Oh, the orc wars. They went for years.
In my opinion, the
no.
Skaven Wars was worse.
Oh, Skaven
so-
Wars was worse, but I got to benefit off those, so I can
So-
regard them quite fondly.
So what kind of orcs are we talking?
They were Warhammer orcs, and they
so it's
were.
more of an orc war.
Yeah. Well, the difficult part was we couldn't get rid of the darn things because they would just keep popping up. We had to burn down entire sections of the Maelstrom.
But that's
Yeah,
40k
right.
orcs in general.
If you tried
So
Weed
it's
Whacker,
like-
if they're based off spores, then try Weed Whacker.
I mean, that's pretty much what we had to do. We had to. I forget what we did. We probably came up with things. Oh, we also had the whole Devil Gundam working on our side. That was during the Skaven War, I'm pretty sure, though.
That was
but
during
that was
the
also
second Skaven Wars.
Yes. I still love what was his face? Vincent von Faust. He was such a turd.
Wait, Devil Gundam. Isn't that the one where it has to give a Gundam on top of another Gundam?
Yes.
I do enjoy that there was one villain that never got pinged throughout the entirety of the Maelstrom, but he worked with like 3 of the other villains.
Yep.
Which one was that one?
That was That was the genetic modifier that worked with Faust at one point, or was it Faust's buddy?
Yes. No, it was the one that that modified Ragnaros. Yeah. Oh, right. What is his face? Lucifer Valiant.
Yes.
That's the one. Yeah, he always kind of rode that line of, "Hey, I'm not explicitly villainous," and they were like, "I guess." He'll just kind of. We got bigger things to worry about.
He was doing his job in Arena City, and boy, howdy, was he doing stuff.
Also,
He ranked very low on the threat. When we had people trying to just end the world every other weekend, it was like, hey, you know what? If you're doing some weird genetic modification, just stay out of the
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Also, real quick, good people of the Maelstrom, might I offer you a deal? I'm but a humble merchant and an archfey. I know secrets of many a lady or man of science might desire, and I know so much more, such as how to drain away pesky enemies' abilities. Let's make a deal. I offer tea and cookies with every chat.
Buster Call!
I have a logistic issue with this due to one pair of words. And your winner, Bastion Butler. You and me both there, Squinto. We both rebuilt Oasis like 5 different times, and it just got better every time.
Huh. Funny that.
Well. I like that just silence the entire trailer, like, huh.
Oh, I was waiting for the comment because Butler just taunted Miska.
Oh,
We'll see what
no.
that does later.
Oh, no. Well.
Who said I was talking to Miska? Who said I was talking to Miska?
He was looking at the audience when he said that.
Somebody is talking about Markiplier outside. Hang on.
That's my story, and that's what I'm gonna go with.
Sure.
Sticking to it?
Yeah, I was telling that to the audience because for all I know, I lost a few matches. So like, yeah, I'm not all talk. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yes, of course, of course.
Don't worry, it can't be misconstrued in any sort of way.
Oh, totally not. Totally not into a storyline. And
Of course not.
Butler totally won't be chased through the arena for a week like Yighaya and a certain crow.
What? No.
Surely not.
Let's see. Right, we were talking about season 1. Season 1 was interesting. I like how, like, at one point, the orcs got pushed back to Kurban, which was like paradise to them.
Yeah, it was a terrible mistake on our part. Made things so much worse.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
it was just a very smaller Octarius war.
Yeah.
Which
they were the opposite end of the continent from me. I was fine with it.
Which they did make one big oopsie. They started a fight during the Season of Fear.
Yeah.
And that
I still find it funny.
And that fight ended up killing Solomon.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, because they
Wait, Solomon's dead?
No, different Solomon in season 1.
Yeah.
It was a vampire guy. Of course, there was something else. Someone else, didn't they kill Solomon? No, they led him into an ambush, didn't they?
So
yes.
What it was
still an orc.
So what it was is
it was Zach, wasn't it?
Solomon was in control of a certain fortress at the time. Because the Season of Fear was happening, he was gathering his forces to consolidate due to them currently fighting with Sephiran. And so
did this fortress happen to originate from a certain video game franchise?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so it wasn't
Count
Minecraft. Never mind.
No.
Unless you count Minecraft as one.
The best way that I could describe that particular fortress, think Shadows of Mordor.
Yeah.
I've never played Shadows of Mordor.
That's fair.
So, the orcs decided that they wanted to fight the biggest, baddest thing around. So they marched on Solomon's doorstep. It was Zack with his second-in-command, Mr. Crumpums.
That's right. I remember now.
And
that led to a whole variety of things.
So, they were fighting like hell, and I think at this point, Zack was like a 20th level mage, but I think Solomon, Aura, and Mare were... Let's see, Solomon was, I believe, level 16 at the time. Aura was like level 12. Mare was level 8.
Wait, Bob, were they named after Aura and Mare from Overlord?
Yes.
That's funny. I didn't pick that up.
They were two dark elves that were from Caravan that Solomon allied with. There was also Soak and Finros, which was also in that fight.
Finros was a werewolf, right?
She was a vampire at first, but then Sephiroth cured her and then turned her into the first of the Blood Claw.
That's right. I remember because she got all uppity during the full moon, and Solomon had to knock her around every now and then.
She was the most So the blood was it Blood Claw, Blood Fang? They were the Xeris werewolves. There was three groups. There was the Silvermane, the Witherfang, and the Blood Moon, Blood Claw, something like that. They were the Xerian pack. And so the Xerians are all about like war and fighting, and they actually look forward to the full moon because they like to wrestle, they like to fight, they like to spar. And Solomon, being the biggest, baddest fighter in Xeris, personal bodyguard to the king, it was his job to deal with the Alpha, a.k.a. Fenris.
Was it the Witherfangs that were the super regenerative bitches?
I think the Witherfangs were the super regenerative ones. The thing about the Witherfangs and the Silvermanes is one of them was super fast and the other one was super tanky. And they hated each other because one of them works as a pack and is very fast, and the other one is very regenerative, very tanky, and they fight alone.
Yeah, there would be the Witherfang, then that Uth 1v1 the Alpha to a standstill.
Mm-hmm. And the Blood Moons, they're the most aggressive of the bunch. They're not as fast or as tanky as the Withermanes or the Silverfangs, but they are the most aggressive, and they have a moderate level of both.
Yeah.
Something like that, Robot. One of them was very fast, very agile, jumped very high. They focused on mobility, and they always ran in packs. The other was super regenerative, and they were the powerhouses. But Zack and Crumpums basically led Solomon into the fight. Or Zack and Crumpums marched in on Solomon's place. Solomon, realizing that Zack was a mage, beelined it for him.
Crump the mage.
Crump the mage, exactly. Geek the mage. So he basically locked onto Zack with honor chains as Zack was trying to fly away in the air. And Zack, in a desperation move, like, Solomon knew the Thoria was coming. So, in the middle of the fight, he gave an order for his forces to retreat, to get the fuck out, while the orcs were still there, and the orcs were fighting the Ulban. He had a hold of Zack, and he was going for the leader of the enemy forces. And Zack, as a final fuck you, teleported both teleported himself and Solomon right in front of the Thoria, and they both died of a heart attack immediately.
There we go.
Jaunt was pissed.
Yeah. And then, because that led to a long-standing feud.
Mm-hmm. That ended up, let's see, how did Zack come back from... he came back because he had a clone spell. He lost his spell book. He had to come back with a backup, and he dropped a bunch of levels. He was then, later on, killed by C2, Cyclone Coyote, in the battle of the Devil Gundam versus the Felorian Rixus.
I did really enjoy Cyclone Coyote. There's something about it, like a mono-eyed orange robot with cowboy gear. It's like, yeah, that's just a good design.
Oh, yeah. People of the non-assumed morality in the Maelstrom. It has come to Lockleech's attention that someone of Chaos Incarnate are trying to... Oh no. The fair are onto us. Our connection is being disconnected. Don't you think it...
I did also like the whole uneasy tension between Raphael and Cyclone Coyote because he was like, yeah, sure, we can work together. And Coyote was, it's just both of them shaking hands while the other one had a gun at their back. The other one had a sword behind them. It's like, yeah, we're friends. I'm just waiting to kill you, you psychopath. Just drop your guard.
I think my favorite enemies to friends arc in season 1 probably would have had to have been fucking Ginger Boy and Uth.
Yeah.
Because they fucking hated each other at one point.
Yeah. Went fun.
Also,
we had a lot of good characters.
Clap, clap, Ginger Boy, strongest human there is. Clap, clap.
Clap, clap. That's right.
Yeah.
The only one fit to have an army made in their image.
Like, the dude, like, how many people took Solomon's challenge and failed?
Oh, jeez. I feel like it was probably somewhere from, like, maybe 12 to 20 people.
Hey,
That
JC,
seems about right.
where's Ramuel?
Where's Ramuel? He is currently vibing at the ARC campus with the rest of ARC after we won the Maelstrom. Don't worry about it. We're safe now. Grass has got like a whole race of Cybertronians knockoffs that he's working with now. We got him acting as Primus. We got the whole ARC campus. They're saving the multiverse. It's good.
And Raphael still hasn't returned to Solomon for additional training.
No, I'm gone. Bye. No more. I don't want to get punched anymore. They won't let me die either. I tried to sacrifice myself. It didn't work.
Raphael finally went back to his god.
No, I mean, until he's dead, he won't. Because it's like, man, I still gotta be here. All right.
Catherine, you fought the tanky bitches.
Yeah. Let this be a lesson. Don't fight a howitzer. It does not go well.
Yeah. Uth took frontline and brought the Alpha away from Kathgina's farms, while Kathgina and everyone else took care of the packs in that area.
Yeah.
So, would you like to... So, given that Raphael never went back for his training, would you like to know what happened to, to Solomon and Jaunt?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Allow me to speak some words to you.
Oh no.
I like words.
I'm less a fan of words.
Coffin-shaped drop pods fired from an orbiting ship, each one containing a vampire in power armor, built by a pink-haired cat girl.
Well, that's not our problem anymore.
The Vampire Helldivers, nice.
Vampire Helldivers.
Our
I think I
which
know
means they're
the individual.
wait, they're Space Marines. Are they a successor chapter of Blood Ravens then?
Well, no, they would be, that's essentially just Blood Angels. That's just Space Marine
yeah,
vampires.
Blood Angels. Right, yeah, Blood Angels.
Yeah.
So I think I know the individual who worked on the inertial dampener to successfully do that and not liquefy the vampire by accident. I think I also know the individual who gave them jump gate technology.
Also, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Does that dagger do anything specific?
Yes. It cuts your
I
palm.
thought-
It cuts your palm when you grip the tip. When you grip the handle, the hilt of it.
Mm-hmm. But does that do anything specific?
It
No.
makes your hand bleed.
The specific is it makes your hand bleed, so you're able to like draw symbols easy in your blood.
And your winner, Ezra Markov.
Ah, okay. Also, GG.
Oh, I will say, the idea of Vampire Helldivers does give me an idea for one of the factions that I have currently floating in the Maelstrom. I will be using something for this.
Good.
This is a good idea. Good job,
Hey, Steve,
Robot.
do I
Have
need
a
to give you-
chaos inspiration.
Do I need to give you more monsters, JC?
Oh,
I mean,
see.
I always enjoy things. What was that?
Now see, JC, that's going to far.
That's going to Far. Far is getting a chaos inspiration. Does he
Yeah.
want it?
He doesn't even know what it is.
Oh no, why would he? That's the antithesis. That will just make his day worse.
I have two things for y'all.
Oh,
JC,
I like things.
I play a halfling rogue assassin / Way of Shadows monk on my Monday games,
Hey.
and we just got 5 beans as a reward.
Were you up till
My
3 a.m.?
favorite item in the game.
I did 5 D100s to see what I would get if it was made. All of them were bad. A bullet, 2 statues, shriekers,
No pyramid?
no pyramid.
Oh, terrible shame.
Speaking
I
of-
do like that both times that Lucius has planted for himself. One was, the little fairy circle with the great ram. It's like, oh, that one was lovely. Other times, 2 bullets and a pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Terrible. And I love it.
Speaking of pyramids, we'll have to deal with that one eventually.
Yes. Which one?
The one that's in Maelstrom before.
Is there one in Mass before?
Yes.
Yes, they weren't outside into Temroth by the time it proc.
Oh
It's
no!
near
I
the-
thought
it's
that
near
one
the
got
border.
sealed off. You guys got to deal with the witness over there. Jeez.
It got it was near the border. We were close, and it spawned.
I mean, if you need some help, you can always just ask your dear best friend Lucius.
What I remember when Juan was explaining it, she's like, "Oh, there's like this sharp object at the end." I'm like, "Don't you touch that!" My fucking like horror movie mind's like, "I know what this is. This is fucking Hellraiser. Don't fuck with me."
Oh
I
no
know my
no!
horror
The
movies.
Hellraiser was already fought in All Me. That was the one that Icky and Solomon had to deal with.
Oh no, the way Juan talked about this
No,
one,
yeah.
it was like you had to put your palm on there to let it draw blood from you to open up. I'm like, that's the fucking
Yes.
box. I know this, dude.
Yeah,
I am
no,
the
I was making a
horror
joke
movie
because
person.
the pyramid in All Me was called the what was it? The Helios configuration, and the first
Oh,
thing was it
God.
was a salamander that slithered out, tapping its fingers together and saying, "You have solved and invited us to your realm. Thank you." And it's like, oh no, I don't like this at all.
I mean, it's better than the alternative of him coming out of the temple, arms wide, and going, "I came."
I mean, to avoid copyright, you opened the cube and I have arrived.
Yes.
Oh,
I
he's
believe his
proper British,
first
isn't he?
his first words actually were salutations and beyond renewed, solely because I wanted to mess with every single person who knew what had Vincent von
Have a go
Faust
on,
was a
reject.
creature. And
Oh,
that
yeah.
was
Helios
funny.
The Secret Saturdays.
Yes.
The-
Yes.
The copyright-free version is apparently the Helios Conflux, according to Vegeta.
Helios Complex, that's the one. Thank you, Vegeta. Yeah, and then they fought knockoff versions of the Power Rangers as zombies, and beat up a giant Sun Pharaoh lava golem. It was a great
As
time.
you do.
And then Iki got kicked into the past.
We
That was
have
great.
a gamble
I liked
request.
that.
He got kicked into the past.
He got kicked into the past.
I mean, as you do.
So there's a creature, stat block, that I used for the evolved form of this entity. And it was very Kamen Rider-esque looking. It was, and he could do things like kick people around, high speeds. But the thing that he did was his ultimate move, which was Temporal Strike. Which, if you fail that, you get kicked out of the time stream. He got a critical on it, did 130 damage to Icky, and Icky failed his saving throws, so he got kicked into the past for a very brief time.
Oh man.
It is my single proudest moment in a combat.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you DMs or proctors or whoever else tries to pull out the fucking weeping angels. I know one of y'all are thinking about it.
Funny enough, I was looking at some today.
Because I saw the bull thing, and he's like, "Oh, there's a Medusa here." He's like, the statues move.
Oh yeah, I saw that
There is
same
no
video
Medusa.
today, and it made me think, oh yeah, I know what I could do for that. That would be great.
The fucking eyes, his eyes open up so
Oh, no,
wide.
it's much worse.
Oh no.
Squinto, you know I'm very fond of horror moments when I DM.
Mm-hmm.
I have Weeping Angel to somebody. And the entire setup was described in such a way that everyone in the party, except for the person who procced it, went, oh no. Because it was an open air room, basically, with a roof on top, 4 pillars, and a statue facing the altar in the middle, with a fine pearlescent film causing a barrier between the altar room and the outside world. Howler doing some weird shit.
Hey, AJC.
Yeah.
See Realm DM chat, please.
Oh, good. Let's take a look here. That's an interesting one.
I think my last really good proc as a DM for horror outside of the current testing campaign was probably Little Mouse, what are you doing in my house?
Unpleasant.
Now,
also,
I'm a little old guy. I don't know why you had to attack me.
Also, Bob, has anyone found that one graveyard yet?
No.
You know the what? You know the one where you can yoink things out of the ground?
Private message me more details and I'll tell you.
Yes, here. I figured. Here, I'll just ping it in Realm DM chat.
And
Don't worry, there's about 8 of them.
And to your credit, Keith, I got to use the phrase "they're in the walls" in a campaign.
Yes. Oh, that was great.
I do want to just do a knockoff. I did actually run at one point a knockoff Alien game using Slod. It's great.
Yeah. So
Yeah, has anyone done
in the
theirs,
current
Bob?
Vismine test campaign, they've done one run of the Resident Evil inspired hospital. They're going back into the Resident Evil inspired hospital now that everything's been released.
No, you fools.
Oh no, this is Cabin in
yes.
the Woods.
So, JC, you have the Massimo map, right?
Yeah.
That is around the mountainous area near that tower. And nobody has gone there yet, but Franzi has gotten the closest, but didn't walk in that direction.
Terrible shame. You let me down again, Franz. I'm gonna have to kill you now.
Right
Wait,
now,
if Frenzy's in that area, that means Yig is in that area. Yig is the character who is going to end up mapping it.
I will say this.
I don't know if
Franz
it's
wandered way up north because we're talking an area closer to De Morel, and Franz walked way up north to get where they are now.
Franz just hiked for years.
Where exactly on the map is Cold Pass? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's in Sanctuary. It is a sub-district of Sanctuary.
Okay, I thought it might be spread out a little bit more.
I think it ventures further. Like Cold Pass itself led to
It's like more
Timaroth,
east.
I think.
Cold Pass, I believe, is I want to say it's the southernmost section. Cold Pass is is a part that is outside of the city walls. It was the first district that eventually got built up. That was a thing before everything else got built up. That is where the pavilion of the twin souls is, and that's the part that got burnt down when Kaw lost his damn mind and started burning everything down.
Just start burning the house down like a maniac.
The only other district that is outside of the walls of Sanctuary, if memory serves right, is the Pig Bowl.
Yes.
Ah, yes, where I fought Demon Cow and almost died.
Yeah. The biggest point of interest outside of the effectively theater in Cold Pass is now the Hunter Wayfinder Guild.
Mm-hmm. The Felorians did rebuild a lot of the Cold Pass.
Oh yeah, no, they rebuilt and overbuilt, if I read correctly. So
they basically built up a like a communal house, which the Hunter Wayfinder Guild just picked up. A number of members of the Cold Pass just walked over to Yig's camp, just picked that shit up, and took it inside of the communal building.
Which is hilarious because all of Yig's stuff is usually set up underneath a stretched out deer skin to keep it dry.
Mm-hmm.
Just me and the crew just got to worry about whatever is in them woods.
Which side? Because there's a lot of shit in them woods.
Well, what we're doing, me, Tariel, Lionel, Artemis,
Ah, yes.
Quentin.
Y'all are going to the swamplands that used to be around what the fuck is his name?
Gnarlfang?
Yeah, Gnarlfang. Gnarlfang's lair. Fun fact, y'all would know this since you've been there. These parts of the woods didn't used to be swamp. Now they're swamp.
None of the player characters passing through it have questioned this yet.
Seems pretty reasonable to me.
I don't think I've ever walked through that area before, but
And I'm currently in Steel Coast. I'm talking to deer.
Don't worry, I'm sure something will happen.
Oh,
I'm whispering sweet nothings to them.
hey, Rosso.
Yes.
Given that you learned about, I believe you had concerns about a large monster in one of JC's areas. Now, given JC's proclivity of large monsters that like to sing and make you forget, did you ever learn what that was about?
No, he's still in the middle of things.
I mean, at the moment, I'm kind of in a holding pattern of like, I'm about to go kill said thing.
Yes. Once I'm keeping him in suspense right now as I do various other things. I'm like, all right, hold on. I'll get to you in a second. Work. But yes, there is something there. There's a whole interesting thing. I do enjoy how is causing just a little bit of panic for him.
Yeah.
How you liking Is so far, buddy?
I mean, at the moment, perfect antagonist. Is it antagonist or protagonist? No. Antagonist,
No.
yeah. So,
Really, he's the protagonist of his own story, I'm sure.
yeah, but a good antagonist for Zator.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, you can also be the antagonist of your own story.
Yeah. That's what happens more often than we think.
Oh. Speaking of Bob, apparently Matrix and crew didn't realize that the swamp is in the direction of Gnarlfang's lair.
Well, it didn't used to be in the direction of Gnarlfang's lair. Now it is. It's, that's the weird thing. It, wasn't there, then it was, and now it's been getting bigger over time. Funny that.
I mean, it's not like somebody sat there and spent 2 weeks just making a node to reset how nature works in that area.
I did been doing stuff. I was on Smeef.
Yeah, you were on Smeef.
We must now curse Tariel with the baby hippo.
You get Smeef, yes? You want Smeef? Smeef good.
Stay away
Come
Stay away
get
from me, you text-to-speech cat.
Come get Smeef. Come get Smeef. Smeef good.
Manatee, I'm going to need you to get Gravy to arrest that person. I gave you the information.
Go arrest him, I'm begging you.
Because this dude, I don't know what. Because I rolled a nat 1 to learn where I was fucking at, and I got lost.
Yeah, you ended up in a bell tower because of your investigation check.
You know what you can always do? Go to the Feywild. Sell some bones. It's a great time.
I want a bone from your body. Yig just coughs up an entire chicken bone.
It's a random bone. Multiple people have tried that technique. It has not worked for any of them.
But I feel
JC, what is more random than a bone that doesn't belong to you in your body?
It's a randomly specified bone.
Also,
Determined at the
AO.
time.
So, the way I see how the whole Smeef thing went is, the guy said, "You want Smeef?" Yes, and Taro just looks at him and goes, "Smeef?" Like question mark, like what? Asking like, "What the fuck is Smeef?" And the dude just blows the shit in his face, gets him high as fuck, and then takes his money. That's how I see how it all plays out. Like you want Smeef? Yes, Smeef, and it just.
You get Smeef. You want Smeef?
Smeef?
You get
Yeah,
you get Smeef now.
Well, that sounds like an operative word to me. We'll take it.
And the fact that I somehow didn't roll like shit to have the worst trip of my life.
Oh, you went on a trip. It's just you didn't have a bad trip.
My favorite thing is still flashbanging people with the gourd that Yig has of
You
very
shush,
strong
Vegeta.
alcohol. Here, have a sip. How much do you drink? Oh, I take about 2 mouthfuls. JC.
Oh well.
Don't you bring my backstory into this, Solomon.
Like, Yig has gotten 3 people with it so far. Because Yig barely sips from it when he drinks from it. Other people take entire mouthfuls.
Yeah. While they're fighting vampires. The fools.
Oh, I can't. Like, there's so many things around Sanctuary. I'm just waiting for people to come across. Like Gram. I'm waiting for people to come across Gram.
In from the chat from Vegeta Rules at Squinto. Man, I can't believe Teriel got kicked out of college and did drugs. Tragic, really.
I can. That sounds exactly right.
Does that sound close to home for you, JC?
No. I'm just saying that seems about right for Tariel. He's talking to people named Greed in his head. The fools.
Fair. I mean, don't talk to people in your head. Pull them out of your head and then talk to them. That's what I have to do.
You know what I need to
Okay.
do? Go ahead, Robot.
I was gonna say, but then how will Far talk to people? His main form of communication is telepathy.
I mean, that explains why I haven't talked to Far yet.
Hey, JC, how has our proctors been doing?
So far, it's very solid. I am waiting for people to be fair, I have phrased it in such a way as having Big Boss Chaos say, "Hey, you, stay out of this." Usually, that tends to work for people to say, that sounds like a suggestion I'm going to ignore. So far, they've listened to him this time, which I find intensely funny. It's like, okay, cool. Currently, Alpha has had a trip, so that's good for him.
Alpha's had
And
several
he's now
trips.
freshly single again. Poor guy.
Oh, no, he still has the other side.
Freshly single again. Poor guy.
Oh, no.
There's also a singing bird plant.
There's
Yeah.
also a singing bird plant.
I'm thinking it might be time that we get one of our proctors set up with the with our old good friend, the Dungeon of Darkness, because I think that certain members of our community need more knowledge about how to fight and face off against the undead.
I think that's only fair, especially with the Season of Fear coming up.
Oh, most definitely. With the Season of Fear right on the horizon, things are about to get crazy.
I'm legally not allowed to get involved in this.
Oh, yeah, the Dungeon of Darkness. Well, Zator
I'm
would be
sure-
going in there as a bit of a veteran then, wouldn't he?
Don't worry. I'm sure that the Dungeon of Darkness is not under control of one of the most dangerous proctors in the Maelstrom. Right? Callie? Smilers?
I mean, technically, no.
Yeah. Heaven help all ye who enter the Dungeons of Darkness with Callie at the lead.
And the fun...
None shall survive.
So out of everybody that went through the Dungeon of Darkness, only one person actually made it to the end of the trials.
Oh, really?
Only one person.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Had I not been infected with mummy rot, I would have absolutely kept going. Unfortunately, that kind of put a damper on me. I was like, well, darn it. All right, we're leaving.
Mummy Rod will pass.
It does not.
Ah.
It does not.
Oh, no, Mummy Rod 100% stops at one point.
Oh, sure, yes, I suppose it does stop. I wouldn't argue that it quite passes.
Well, I mean, when
More
it stops, it
complete,
passes.
really. More complete.
I mean, to be fair, with Mummy Rod, something passes.
Yeah, oh, it does, yes. And with me and my, what's that, 0 constitution? Yeah, it would have passed real fast.
Mm-hmm.
See, you would have been fine.
Yes, fine, being a
Just like being
word.
passed through a sieve, absolutely fine.
Yes, a word that could be used to describe it.
At least you knew who to talk to.
Yes. Who did
Human
I talk
Mr. Sir, you appear to be infected with the rot. The what? Look at your arm.
Who did I get cured by?
One of the
An
Hunters
elven-
Association.
Right.
Yeah, who's an elf?
That's right.
You picked a random person to talk to, and by sheer dumb luck, you went to the one that specializes in hunting mummies.
Ah, good. I just so happened to get exceptionally lucky. Fantastic. And thankfully, now in the future, with my fancy little necklace, I won't have to deal with that.
Ah, yes, the prize that you got for completing the trials.
Yes.
Remember, it has charges.
Oh, I know. I don't ever need to use those charges. As long as I just keep that nice spell advantage, I'm good with that.
Mm-hmm.
I did not hear that right. I heard smell advantage.
Yes. That's exactly what I said.
Beautiful.
You see, for those of you that are new to the Maelstrom, none of you know the terror that is the Season of Fear.
Yeah.
Or the thing that hunts during the Season of Fear.
There's like 3 of them.
Yes.
They're not that bad. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
You'll
so
be fine.
the
Should go give it a hug.
Season of Fear, is that the Winds of Kerban or?
Bingo.
Uh-huh.
Question. Would werewolves have smell advantage?
I believe
Depends.
they might explicitly have. That's a werewolf.
Yeah, advantage
I
on
believe they have
perception
heightened
smelling.
Let's see. They have keen hearing and smell. So quite literally, yes, they have smell advantage.
Oh, good.
So, Rosa, what Kirban is, I assume that you know what Kirban is. Yes?
Not the word itself, no.
It was a hyper mega difficulty area in season 1.
So imagine a forest, a swampy foresty area, right? It is 100% pitch black, no light whatsoever. The air is thick and hazy, and 95% of all water everywhere is poisonous.
Beautiful.
On top
Also,
of that,
the air is poisonous too.
to some degrees. And on top of that, the location is filled with a lot of hyper-aggressive creatures that are always hungry and are always on the hunt to fill their bellies.
Ah, well, Zator does have the skull of one of those things on his shield.
Oh, that is a descendant. So what that thing descended from was an alligator the size of a school bus.
Which might, perhaps, have been Krokvar.
The Crocodile was bigger than that.
And
Also more ambulatory.
so during the Season of Fear, one of the most dangerous creatures in Caravan appeared. Legend has it that it was a dark elf that was cursed by the Caravan witch. This entity is known as the Thoria. It is an entity of fear.
Also, the thing that exploded Zack the Weaver's heart in season 1.
Yes.
And Solomon's heart in season 1.
It has a fear aura. where the closer it is to you, the more its aura makes you feel fear. Let's see.
It can somehow even give robots heart attacks.
Yes.
I don't know how that works, but it was
just
able
snuffed
to
out
do
their
so.
sparks.
Don't look. Don't look. It will look back. If eye meets eye, it will follow till you die. Run now. Run quick. Don't look back. If eye meets eye, it will follow till you die. Fear it. Fear it, for it is fear itself. If eye meets eye, it will follow till you die.
Why do I feel that was something that Thorn came across?
No, it wouldn't have been Thorn.
No.
Alice might have.
Alistair definitely came across it a couple of times and avoided the plague out of it completely by sheer chance.
Yes.
It's just-
Unfortunately,
it's
Gracia did not, which was funny.
Yeah, it's just that I kind of remember that particular kind of thing being said in Mass before.
Oh, I'm sure it's probably mentioned. Pretty much every dark elf has a horrifying clause in its brain about it.
JC, correct me if I'm wrong. This team is Chaos, yes?
Hey,
Yes, all Team Chaos. Woohoo! Go us!
And your winner, Team Chaos.
Rosso. It might have been said in the Winds of Caravan, or as the Winds of Caravan was coming, because that is a Caravan legend.
Yeah. Thankfully,
That
we
might
got
have been
rid of
it,
the
so-
stupid thing by trapping it in a time loop. For now.
And is connected to the Winds of Kurban as well.
Is connected to the Winds of Caravan. At least the all-me variation. Which might just be an example of, what's the convergent evolution? Where things just so happen to be very similar to each other. And so people might just be calling it the same thing. But yes, he is.
Who wants to see some blood?
I think Franz
Well,
does.
Franz does. Franz definitely wants to see blood. And let's see, I don't think that what's his face?
Guslar is
Guslar can
opposed.
actually see anything.
Damn, JC.
Because we
Look
about
at those
to have a
eyes. You tell me they're even slightly useful. If we had the ability, they would be looking in 2 different directions. I know it.
We about to have a blood hunt.
Squinto, color me curious. Have you just been watching Maelstrom, or did you actually go back to take a look at Friday's stream?
I have not gone back to check Friday's stream.
Kayeth, Rosso, back me up on this. Does it or does it not sound like Victor?
It sounds like Squinto straight up, not just Victor.
Yeah.
Super copyright.
Yeah.
So I decided, since we've been doing like vehicle games on Friday, we did Jalopy, we did Pacific Drive, we did Subnautica. I decided to get another vehicle game, so I decided to get Heading Out, which is this black and white noir game about you running from your past.
Oh.
It's this roguelike game, so I decided to play it as Gabby, with Gabby's choices. And the narrator sounds so much like Victor to me, but they say it just sounds like Squinto.
I mean, Squinto doesn't change his voice much for Victor.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I yell a lot, and then my voice gets raspy, then I go from there.
There was one thing. Oh yeah, you know what, Bob? There's a game that you'd probably like.
Mhm.
I'm trying to remember what it was. It's a procedurally generated detective game.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the game I think it is?
That's an excellent question.
Does it have voxel graphics and can you
Yes,
get
Shadows of
absolutely
Doubt.
straight face?
Exactly. Yeah, it's
Yes.
the same one. Shadows of Doubt. Here, I'll link it.
Oh, that entire game you can accidentally. I love it.
There you go. I feel this is very Bob.
Appreciated.
Oh yeah, no, Shadows of Doubt is 100% a Bob potential game. JC,
Yeah.
Goosler's currently looking directly at you.
Ah, cheese and crackers. I looked back.
I figured you deserve to know.
We got good old Solomon.
Oh, Solomon's great.
Oh, we
I'm just
failed
waiting
him.
for the Season of Fear to claim Tariel as the first victim. Because I know when it comes down to it, I will have to roll a perception check or something off of wisdom and get a natural 1.
My money, let's see. If I had to guess, I think we may have some. Yeah, we may have some things die to the dungeon, and we may have some casualties in the field. We'll see.
I mean, we've already had in Mass before. One town has already been killed by the winds of Kirban.
I shall return. Goodbye, everyone. Whee!
But JC, the best part of the show is coming up. You
Lucius
won't have
wrestling.
to see anything else.
Hey,
I agree. I do want to see Lucius. However, I shall briefly abscond. I shall be watching. Goodbye, everyone.
he runs away, but I'm sure that he wonders just how exactly that town became empty and full of mimics.
Shipping accident.
Now, this begs the question, when you say everything is mimics, does that include the houses themselves?
Some of them, yes.
I wonder. Now this is purely a speculation, curious question for those who played D&D for a while. Could a corpse become a mimic?
Yeah.
Yes,
Because
it is
at that
considered an
point-
object.
Yes, because I was wondering, like, because it's not a person. Technically, it's not a creature anymore because it is deceased. And then my second question, I wonder if it could become a mimic and then a necromancer reanimate, and so you have a walking mimic. So if somebody gets close to said creature, and like, oh, what's wrong with you, and then they just get swallowed.
A mimic is a creature that turns into objects. So, like, you can't have a corpse that eventually becomes a mimic. You have a mimic that turns into a corpse.
Ah, okay.
Unfortunately, it's a one-way street. Speaking of, in Season 1, Oasis had mimics.
Who's ready to play Where's the Hair?
That's after the match, Bob.
I wonder who bleeds first.
3 people will bleed. I
No,
think.
who gets busted open first? I
You
have a
got a
feel-
bad habit of bleeding first.
I think it's gonna be Franz.
Look, 3 people are gonna bleed, and we all know Goosler doesn't bleed.
Oh no, Goosler does bleed. Goosler's bled a few times.
I think Goosler's gonna cause most of it with all them damn headbutts.
Probably, yeah.
As long as we don't get Max versus Grim levels of blood, we're fine.
Ah, yes, that happened. It made everybody sad.
Really?
Max, no. I got sad. I was like, no, Max, Spider.
Dude, Travis worked his ass off. Like, legit. Like, that... If you actually sit there and watch the video that he made to hype up that match, like, he put, like, 7 different layers of thought into it.
Yeah,
Like-
he did mine as well. I wish I could have helped him more, but I don't record nothing.
Mhm.
Bob, after the show, somebody just sent me a concern regarding one of the builds of one of the characters.
Yeah. Message me.
All right.
The thing about that is, there's so many different layers to that hype video, but you have to watch it and listen to the lyrics at the same time, because Travis actually synced up a lot of that video to the lyrics.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Because at one point in the song, it talks about things beginning, and you notice how it shifts to Max holding up a belt. That was the start of his title reign as the heavyweight champion. And then immediately cuts to, and then they're ending, and it cuts to Wilson powerbombing Max, the end of his title reign. Like, Travis has it set up to where, like, I am darkness and I am thunder. Grim is always on the screen whenever it says I am the darkness, and Max is always on the screen whenever it comes back and says I am the thunder. Like, he specifically set certain pieces in certain spots to match up with the lyrics. And he has left so many Easter eggs in that entire thing. He made sure to use as many different forms as he possibly could of both characters.
Uh-oh.
Yig has been eliminated.
That's a fatal 4-way.
Oh,
you mean
crap,
Buster
there goes my
Wilson.
pick.
Oh yeah, no, Yig was not going to win this. Yig does not do well in multi-mans for some reason.
The AI gets very weird sometimes. You have to specifically do the AI for multi-mans to be really good at multi-mans.
Huh.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that Catherine has an Atsumori emote.
Kath gets weird and random gift subs from everywhere.
Probably during one of our raids when a bunch of gift subs got dropped.
Yeah.
No,
All that, and once you're in a stream with a streamer, anytime someone gives random gift subs, it picks from a list of everyone who's ever been in that stream.
fair.
Oh no, Yig is locked in place.
That's okay, he's been eliminated. Also, yes, look at Yig and not Franzi during that instance.
I thought this was a fatal 4-way.
It is.
It's an elimination fatal 4-way.
Oh.
It's not a fatal 4-way if it's elimination.
Match type for 4 men is always called fatal 4-way just because the game's stupid like that. KM, technically no. Yig is currently making sure that a very specific bird brain doesn't show up. That and or Yig is waiting for the match to end. Because don't forget what Yig's name means.
I see that Franz is getting some fire whiskey right now.
Beautiful. Goosler's been doing really well, but he keeps on aiming for the back of everyone's head. I don't think he understands the assignment.
That makes sense for Goosler.
Yeah.
Look, I thoroughly believe that he doesn't even get booked. It's just the Grand Theogenist shows up randomly and no one says no.
Yeah. And Kaw got into Korvax's ear and managed to get this booked, and then Goosler just showed up. Because these are all people that Yig gets along great with. Some of them, paradoxically, side looking at Solomon.
I gotta figure out what I have to promo about, because I had so much shit going on. The Multivania. Hell, I'm surprised fucking Dr. Grimm didn't try to beat me up. Fucking everybody else tried to.
I mean, to be fair, Grimm has other priorities.
I mean, Squinto, what use would I have to go after you?
Revenge, jealousy, fucking...
Revenge for what?
You just don't like my face.
Victor having the belt is convenient for Grimm because it gets heat off of Grimm for other things.
He needs a new clown because I killed the Victor clown.
The clowns have almost all run their course.
Victor killed his clown version.
I'm sure Dr. Bantams will remedy that very quickly.
Yeah.
But hey Croc, why do I need to take a belt when I can make a deal for the belt instead?
You know, it's a shame he never asks for help.
Because remember, Jackson said Grimm made deals with at least 2 flashbang wrestlers. Nobody knows who those wrestlers are or what the deal was for. It might be Victor, might be Kathjina, might be Artemis, might be Wiley, who knows?
Goosler has been eliminated.
Might have been Caliban. Might have been the Chaos. Who knows?
I have a feeling Franz might win this just because Solomon doesn't have a lot of stuff that targets the head.
Maybe. Even though I haven't said anything like in character, for some reason a lot of people are convinced that Grimm has made deals with Kathjina and Victor, primarily.
Everybody blames me for everything. Let's be real here. Like,
Logistically
Apex
speaking,
interfered.
that makes absolutely zero sense. Joe, Yig is perfectly fine. He's waiting for his friends to finish the match so he can go back and have a drink with them.
Because Apex attacks Nitzig and then Hutch beforehand, and it's still somehow my fault.
Blood elimination. It's a hunter's blood match.
Oh, apparently this is the Moonchild Jaws that Cam couldn't get to proc at all.
But it is procking in the worst match for it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I know why Yig is standing there.
Yeah.
It's so no matter who won, we can play Where's the Hair.
Fair. Yig is aware that the camera does weird things with his feathers.
No, Kathy. Bob was talking about Victor, Grim making a deal with Kath, Gina, and Victor. Like, he hasn't even said nothing, and everybody just assumes it's us.
And your winner, Francisco Coye. Speaking of, that's
What the fuck? No, legit, what the fuck?
What?
You don't hear... Okay, am I having a stroke?
The music cut out real hard.
I'm hearing Doink the Clown's music.
Bob, what music did you replace for Franzi?
Do you smell hot dog water?
Ah, shit.
Bob, run.
There's the hair.
This is what you get for messing around with the clowns.
Was the hair there the entire time? Yes, it is literally just to the left and ahead of where Yig stands the entire match. I don't know what it is about that hairpiece. JC, you better be paying attention. Your boy is about to be in the match. Oh, that match went great. Wait a second, I saw Yig in the crowd there for a second.
Huh, funny that.
Weird. You figured he'd be hanging from the rafters.
I mean, he might be.
I
It was
would
on his way
laugh.
back.
I would laugh if he's still in the same position.
Oh, it would be hilarious.
So here's the thing. I think I understand what's going on. Catherine is saying, why would Gina make a deal with Victor other than to go to tea with him and chat about travels? People saw that and thought that Catherine was talking about Mob Boss Victor, but Catherine was talking about Mad Scientist Victor.
Yeah.
And I'm fairly certain I know who set Katharina up with that lab she's in.
What? No.
I wouldn't doubt that it was Victoria. I mean, Victoria has to run a country after all.
I mean, as we do.
Victoria is the queen of Isla Scorn after all.
Fair.
Catherine, color me curious. Did Victoria ever use her second attire in FFW?
Yes, she did, apparently.
Ah, yes, good. That Rita Repulsa-looking costume. I built that second attire to look as much like Rita Repulsa as possible. I can't wait for this match to end immediately and suddenly.
Oh, it'll be hilarious. Which I've been trying to get a mixed tag match booked the longest time now.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, there's only the one pair of belts going around right now, so there's only 2 extra picks. And currently they belong to Order and Chaos.
Yep.
Are they defending this week?
Yep.
Yeah. One thing I don't like about the character creation in 2K is it seems to push in the nasal bones, flattening out the face. I know why it does that, I just hate it aesthetically.
I need to fix Ella's nameplate. Unless Amelia is her actual name, and Ella is the nickname.
I mean, Ella can be short for Amelia.
If memory serves right, Ella works for the Adventuring Guild as a guild girl.
I believe so. Very Victorian.
This is going to be interesting.
Gravy immediately tagging in Lexi. Lucius specifically getting up in camera shots so that everyone can see him.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait for this match to end unceremoniously. Which is why there's no betting on this match.
Yeah, and completely by accident. Which, I mean, usually mixed gender matches go well about 60% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
That 40%, though, is usually a momentum killer. Lucius getting full view of the crotch of the big man. Ladies and gentlemen, if you pay attention to the poll, we have our next vote up for who will win our main event tonight. Vegeta, I realize it's hard to tell because 3 of the characters have longer hair. Alpha, you're legally barred from voting. You're
Tagging's going good so far.
okay. Oh yeah, no. The match is going great.
Lucy was like, stop tagging me in here.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a friendly reminder, Alpha does in fact have an influential small magic that goes off whenever he shouldn't be able to win something. And it is hilarious, because I don't think he realizes he has it. Yes, no, Bob. The other person was something I caught going through in chat. If it wasn't confirmed, I wasn't going to bring it up to you at all. So.
No, the sources are good. Like, I trust the sources.
Yeah.
They do chant that on now and again.
Which is hilarious to me, because the only reason for that to be a chant is because tag team wrestling is rare in WWE. At least when I think it was Vince was running it. At least from what I've heard. Ooh. Bouncing Lexi's head off the ring.
I love that move. It's so brutal looking.
Oh yeah, no. which it wouldn't be comfortable, but wouldn't be as bad as it looks to go through. Your shoulder would hurt after that, though. Well, I mean, Catherine, a tag team match means you need to pay twice as many people to do what two people can do. Gravy needing the jiggle.
Somebody had to warm Gravy up.
Nope, he's congealed in the same spot again. I'd love to know what causes that glitch.
Simple, it's an invisible wall.
Yeah.
2K being shit.
Because I know with Yig, it's because the AI pathing won't let him move stuff out of the way in order to path out of the arena, which is why he stopped moving, which also ended up breaking Goosler.
Yeah, because there's an actual invisible wall.
Why is there an invisible wall there? Like, there's 3 of them in the arena, I know, but why there specifically is there an invisible wall?
Mm.
Lucia, she might want to move.
Thank you, Zach.
Lucia's just taking all this punishment.
Lucius playing a game of Hot Foot with Gravy.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
Finisher.
JC, is that the name of the move?
So...
About that.
Oh, so it's frozen on both Discord and the stream.
Yeah, I just checked that.
It's a tie.
So...
Yeah, no, Cap. The game itself just locked up.
You know...
So
Yeah,
if we bounce... You first, Robot?
JC, you broke the game.
That's what I was gonna say. Lucius' kick was so powerful it broke the game.
Lexi...
JC called it.
So what happened is Lexi broke up the pin as Gravy kicked out of the pin.
Oh. So that has completely locked up the game because they didn't program for that. Ooh. Is there a way we can bounce out of this and come back into the match?
We can wait and see if the game responds.
Hmm.
It's not
That
responding,
means-
Chief.
Yeah. That means that this glitch can possibly happen on a normal tag match too. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back right after these messages. JC called it. The players in the game kicked the game until it was dead. Boy, howdy, did it die.
Now we get to wait for the game to update.
It was going well. It was getting excited. And then somebody threw a wet blanket on it to put out Lucius. I swear that boy's a fire hazard. Alpha, do you know what steak is made out of? I mean, technically...
Dear Diary, it has come to my attention that the authorities have two hands, but seem to have made it the sadistic policy only to pet me with one of them at a time. Half of love is just low, which is how I feel.
Every time was a good character. They can hear us, by the way.
Oh, good. Nice know. Alpha,
Welcome back.
steak is made out of cattle. Unless it's specifically stated that it is not made out of cattle. Right now, the type of minotaur that Thorn is a cattle derivative minotaur. Do you understand the issue I'm having with this, with you post? That said, post what you want. It's highly entertaining. I'm just making sure you understand what just happened. Oh no. How dare you, Squinto?
Let's see if it remembered anything.
Survey says...
We get to watch the match again. Yeah. Did you know the song I Am a Real American is banned in Russia?
I can't imagine
No.
why.
Not surprising.
As it turns out, my last Maelstrom episode can't be played by anybody in Russia.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Ibith are currently working in the tech booth to reconnect the wires and bring us back to where we were. Be prepared for temporal shenanigans.
Why do I taste purple?
Temporal shenanigans.
Don't worry about it.
You know, if I can edit this right, it'll be like the first bit never happened. YouTube, don't worry about why there's a different conversation going on now. It doesn't matter.
What were we talking about? Nobody knows.
Oh no, the thing that JC made has got to us.
Beautiful.
JC made a thing?
Don't worry about it.
He made a thing. But can you remember what the thing is?
Don't worry about it.
Why is there an extra chair in this commentary booth?
Oh, him? Don't worry about him. He's fine.
I mean, I remember you. I remember me. I remember Rosso. I remember Squinto. I remember Robot. Why is there a fifth chair there?
There's a fifth and a sixth.
Why do we have extra chairs?
I know.
Why?
I'm legally not allowed to tell you.
I'm narrowing my eyes at you.
Really? For me? How sweet. That's a statement there, Vegeta.
So as I was saying earlier, this guy asked me, why is there a pineapple in my tailpipe? And I said, well, where else am I going to put it? Nowhere else will fit.
A fun fact, it's easier to insert a pineapple than extract a pineapple.
The only place pineapple should go is on a pizza.
I mean, pineapple on pizza isn't bad. It is not my personal cup of tea, but it isn't bad. I have had much worse things on pizza. Like mayonnaise and peas. And speaking of mayonnaise and peas, good Sir Bob, would we be able to have our viewer screens back?
I don't know. I might not be legally able to give it to you.
I see, I had to sign a contract that involved an NDA with JC.
Huh.
It allows me exemption from certain creature effects.
Like what kind of creature effects?
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get kicked from the booth soon, aren't I? Can I interest you in a dragon's feast, Bob? It's double chocolate Oreo flavored.
I wonder what grade fishing line I would need to use to wrap around your tail and then lift you in the air like a piñata via a stick.
That would be spider wire. The DAC does not carry it at this time. And they're the only ones who will deliver to this location.
Of course they don't.
But Kath, it's not a crime. It's natural selection. And naturally, they were selected.
I'm going to take duct tape. And I'm going to wrap a couple rolls of duct tape around your tail. And I'm going to hang you from the ceiling. And then I'm going to bring in Mrs. Harringson's 3rd grade class.
I love those kids. They're great. I give them candy every other week.
And they really love piñatas.
True. However, in order to do so, you'll have to leave me unattended for at least 20 minutes.
Maybe. Or maybe I can use this here phone to call them.
True.
I mean, we have Rosso, Squinto, and Robot.
I'm sure at least one of them is on my payroll.
Shit, you are their DMs. You are their DM. Fuck. But I am their DM too. Maybe.
Maybe.
And JC's also my DM.
Lucius grooving to the music. Ah, yes. As Catherine so eloquently put it, dum dum dum.
Imagine, okay. Imagine a DM DMing a game that is full of nothing but DMs. You're a
I've done
DM
it
that is
before.
DMing another DM who is DMing another DM.
I've done it before. It's hilarious.
It's a shame that game sucked.
Yeah.
Apparently that man was an asshole.
Excuse me, Mr. Sir, your friend is an asshole. Oh, Vegeta wants to experience me, does he?
Oh my.
Hey, Bob, the FCC's here. They said something about bumping up the rating.
How can they bump up the rating any more than what we already have?
That's what I was wondering. Should I just open up the shark pit?
No, not the shark pit. The shark pit is too good for them. Open the other pit.
Hold the lever!
I actually heard the Wilhelm scream in the back of my head.
Beautiful.
Pull the lever, drop them into the triple pit.
Tribbles. Did you know that tribbles only have one hole?
I'm concerned how you know this.
A reputable source told me. Etymologically, Treble is also a psionic vampire. They feed on kindness.
So, food go in, triple come out?
Yes.
Okay. I have a theory for you.
Shoot.
What if a tribble is just the infant form of another species?
I could see it.
Well, I mean, Klingons do hate tribbles.
They do.
Yeah.
They are known as an ecological menace.
Yes, because they eat and breed.
Which, considering the fact that they're a psionic vampire that feeds on kindness, yeah, I can see that being a problem. The question is, what would a tribble become?
A tribble becomes a mogwai who becomes a gremlin.
I can see it. Because that would mean a mogwai has two different stages of reproduction. One is a tribble, the other as a mogwai when it gets wet.
Uh-huh.
There is no known stage of replication for gremlins, however.
Getting them wet.
No, that's the mogwai. You get a mogwai wet, you get more.
No, you would. Getting a gremlin wet does reproduce as well.
Yeah.
When a mogwai gets wet, they just pop out a bunch of furballs, and it is less horrifying an experience than watching a gremlin pop out more gremlins, because they actually form under the skin like a frog.
Oh yeah, that is a thing, because that popped up in what, Gremlins 2, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that they all have different personalities.
I mean, they're an offspring.
So would that mean that there is sort of a preternatural schizophrenic aspect to a mogwai / gremlin?
No.
It depends on how much the tribble fed. It depends on how much kindness the tribble has fed on before it becomes a mogwai.
Yeah. Which, because it is generating a new biological component, that new component can have its own psychology to it.
But it's always different. It's never the same.
I mean, do you know anyone whose kid is exactly the same as them?
Kind of stumped on that.
KM, what are you talking about? There was no crash.
There is no war in Bossing Say.
There is no say in bossing war. Wait. Yes, no. So, tribbles would feed off of love and kindness. And gremlins very obviously feed off of fear and terror. What does a mogwai feed off of?
Food.
You know, that makes sense.
Just don't feed them after midnight.
Yeah. True, because that is how they get to the third stage of their metamorphosis. So that would mean a mogwai is sort of a chrysalis.
I mean, they do enter a cocoon state once they begin the metamorphosis into a gremlin.
Yeah.
Like, I can imagine...
The question is I was going to ask, what if the mogwai it changes dependent on the type of day? Would that also affect the tribble? In terms of the type of day as well?
Different form of biology.
But also, I gotta think of
Oh fuck. Okay, I got it. A tribble after a tribble eats enough and has enough time, it basically uncurls itself into a mogwai, right? Then the mogwai, depending on the conditions that is met, will go through a split metamorphosis. If it eats a certain thing or experiences a certain thing at a certain time of day, it will go one route. But if you feed it after midnight, it will become a gremlin. The unknown triggering metamorphosis will turn a mogwai into an Ewok.
I can see it. Also, Zach, considering that there is supernatural effects in the Gremlins series, they probably classify after midnight as witching hours, which usually run anywhere from midnight to 3 o'clock all the way till 4 or 5 a.m.
That was the other thing I was kind of thinking of. What kind of hours of a Mogwai tribal world would there be to establish an equilibrium of tribbles, Mogwai, and gremlins?
So, in order for a Mogwai to become an Ewok and not a Gremlin, there needs to be another race of creatures to provide the psionic food necessary for the fear and terror that the Gremlin needs to sustain itself. Which means if there is no secondary species, a Mogwai becomes an Ewok. Otherwise, it changes from a self-sustained species to a parasite.
See, I always just took. See, that one I would say it's just if a Mogwai is just surrounded by positive energy, it just becomes an Ewok.
Which, I mean, that might do too.
AKA, oh, it's not in a horrible place, it's actually being taken care of and loved, and it just gets bigger.
I could see that, because that would mean through each stage of the Mogwai's evolution, it remains a psychic parasite. Which would also solve the issue of the Mogwai itself having a digestive need.
So Gizmo would basically, if he continued along his route, he would eventually turn into a Mogwai. Or turn into an Ewok.
Yeah. Which we do know that Ewoks are otherwise carnivorous.
Which, you remember in the movies, Gizmo just actively did not eat when it got dark.
Yeah. Which means Gizmo was aware of the witching hours.
Because of his time with the old man.
Yeah. Which the old man was a trinket salesman from China, who are usually portrayed as very spiritual individuals.
Mm-hmm. I can still see that man in my mind's eye, especially with the dulled out, vacant eye.
Yeah. It reminds me of the and we have blood. Wait, wrong show, sorry.
Interesting that Ella took a shot at Gravy. And then in Gremlins 2, they got into the science lab.
Yeah.
And they determined which each one had very interesting effects depending on the chemicals. The Dreader Gremlin was fucking terrifying.
Oh, I believe it.
That's always the scariest one of the lot.
So it has been over 20 years since I've seen Gremlins, so you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit.
I remember 5 Gremlins specifically from that movie.
Oh?
Mm-hmm.
Do tell.
I remember Veggie Face. The one that had was like growing vegetables all over his face, and he hid in the salad bowl.
As you do.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Gargoyle Gremlin.
Oh, that was a good one.
I remember Smart Gremlin.
Oh, yes, the intelligent one.
Mm-hmm. I remember Spider Gremlin. And we all remember number 5.
The lightning one?
No.
Oh, the cross-dressing one.
Jessica Rabbit Gremlin. Oh no,
Yes.
that wasn't cross-dressing. That was legitimate a gender transformation potion.
Oh, okay. Well, it was. I think it was Robert Picardo.
Hmm. The lightning one was an interesting aspect.
The gravy appears to be stuck again.
Lady Gremlin, Smart Gremlin, Electric Gremlin, Gargoyle Gremlin, Stripe, who eventually became the Spider. Yeah.
Gravy leading in with a good right hook. Directly into a pin. And your winners, the Barbarian Cookbook of Pain. Oh, hey, Manatee. Good to see you made it.
Huzzah!
I hope you enjoyed this double feature for your match.
And now, the main event.
It's the main evento.
Will the Sons of Celia get the third defense?
Is it 3 or 5? Is it 4 or 5 that they need to keep for?
They need to keep it for 5.
They only need to make this defense and one more.
Well, this is this is match 3, so they have to do this one, which would be the third defense, one more, which is the fourth defense, and then if they get the fifth one, they change it. Win it. First defense, second defense. Yeah, they had to defend it 3 more times.
I do absolutely love Aura's theme.
Willie, you've custom made it.
Oh yeah. Which, if we can show Willie a little bit, he made the intro theme and this theme for the Maelstrom.
He sure did.
There it is. Every once in a while, Kavasha says something and it catches me off guard.
Uh-huh. And that is?
We currently have a blue bull in the ring.
We do.
Yeah. It happens to be a he.
Yep.
Yeah. I
As
will go
com-
no further because the FCC's been here once today.
As compared to Paul Bunyan's bull, Babe.
Who's also a blue bull.
Mhm.
They is a great bull.
Well, Babe is a blue ox.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is there's a lumberjack who's missing his blue bull somewhere.
I mean, probably. It would also explain why Thorn's afraid of trees.
Wait, no, considering the size of Paul Bunyan, that means there's a giant lumberjack somewhere missing his blue bull.
Wasn't Babe also a absolutely gargantuan ox?
Yes.
Or am I misremembering?
You are correct. Supposedly, Paul Bunyan and Babe wrestling is what created the Rocky Mountains.
Ah. Wait. Can't Thorn become a giant ox man now?
Correct.
Ah. JC, I have a story plot line for you that'll never happen. Just because I know you're listening, even if you can't chat to us. Thorn touching the frog.
I have a question for you that will send you, that will make you wonder and make you dread.
Shoot.
Picture the Trask.
Yes.
The Trask is very spiky, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Why do creatures develop spikes on their body?
To prevent from being eaten.
What would eat a Trask?
Purple worm.
Hmm?
Other way around, I'm pretty sure Tarask makes purple worms look diminutive.
Yes, but they don't always start that size. A young Tarask, like a baby Tarask, could be potential prey for a purple worm.
Which that would also allow for the holdover of spikes. Which, the other thing that a Trask might have spikes for is for a mating display, similar to that of an elephant or a rhinoceros.
Hmm.
Which makes you wonder, how often does that happen?
More than you think. But less than it should.
I mean, a Trask usually only appears once every 1,000 years. Which gives us at least the time scale.
It wakes up because it's looking for a mate.
Yeah. Which, a Trask also has massive regenerative properties, which means other creatures that prey on it probably hunt it while it's sleeping and just take chunks out of it. Which would mean the things that prey on Trask when it is an adult are probably much smaller than it. Which would also explain the spikes, because a spiky carapace would prevent something from easily getting to it. Vegeta depends on what part of the world you're in. And Catherine, I appreciate the humor. That's another thought. Are the colossal-sized Trasks known to have a gender? Because there might be sexual dimorphism in Trasks, where the male is much smaller than the female.
I just noticed something.
What?
3 weapons have been pulled out of this match, yes?
Yes.
And they were 2 ladders and a table.
Yes.
Huh.
I would like to inform you that we are unfortunately not sponsored by Lowe's. Zach, that's why I brought up the thought of sexual dimorphism. There might be only one creature that looks like the Trask, but there might be multiple of the species. A male Trask might not look like a female Trask.
Kind of like Nidoran males and Nidoran females becoming Nido kings and Nido queens.
Yes.
I just like the idea. You see that mountain over there? Yeah, that's not a mountain.
I've done that a couple of times in the campaign, and it's always great. Hell, I did it once with a meteor. I've done it twice with a meteor. Sorry. I wonder how big a Trask egg would be, and I wonder if we can make an omelet out of it.
Probably.
What would it taste like?
Battle Bard's down, man.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
And it was once again Aaron that made the pin.
Aaron does a lot of heavy lifting for the Brothers Cilia. Denny getting right back in. Denny getting blue bowled.
Damn, the Suns are working together right now. Uh-oh. The bull might be in trouble, though.
The frog touching the bull. You know, Bob, with the backstory of so many characters who've recently entered the Maelstrom, and by recently I mean with last year and a bit, I'm beginning to think that the Feywilds might be a gateway into the Maelstrom.
Maybe.
Danny getting his side slapped by Aaron. Immediately getting taunt to body. Croquet pinning the bull.
Bull's gone.
Golan Dantes has been eliminated.
Can Aaron once again pull it back from the brink?
Chaos currently has 3 men in this match, so it's looking good for Chaos.
Aura getting air, but not sticking the landing.
Aura going after Denny, Croquet going after Aaron. Chaos turning on each other.
And once again, it's the numbers game at this point.
Yep. Croquet with the DDT to Aaron. Denny and Aura playing silly buggers.
Uh-oh, double cover.
Aura kicking out, Croquet getting eliminated. We are down to 1 member of each team.
This is getting fascinating.
The question is, does Aura think he was the one who was eliminated? Denny has been eliminated.
Aaron eliminating 2 more members. It's down to Aura versus Aaron.
Denny being the only member of the match to remember you need to leave the match when you're eliminated.
I don't think he is.
Oh, wait. No, he got stopped by the corner. It looks like he's signing something for a fan.
No fucking way Aaron does it again.
Which we know Chaos doesn't want to share the belt. This one specifically. But we also know that Chaos doesn't target other Chaos members. So that puts Chaos in a bit of a bind if Aura doesn't pull through with this.
Oh, headbutt connects. Oh, but that kick out.
Too. This could be Chaos's only chance to take the belt away from Aura.
This is a long run. Oh, but got caught. Aaron has a chance here.
Aura tries to reverse, gets stomped on for it.
Gets a boot right to the face. Oh, what a spear! Almost took Aura right out of their boots.
And your winners, the Sons of Cilia!
And Aaron does it again!
That boy's been doing a lot of heavy lifting.
4 eliminations for Aaron.
The only elimination that Aaron didn't get was his own brother.
Which makes you wonder if Big E might sit there and pull what he's been pulling with Thorn. Because Thorn's been targeted by Chaos twice now to try to get the belts off of Order.
He did not help up. Aura kicked out.
Kind of makes you wonder, can anything stop Aaron?
That's the question,
no.
isn't it?
You would have to get somebody in specifically to target Aaron. However, Thorn is a very bright and distracting target as well.
That, you have to wonder, is that their game plan? Thorn is the distraction. Thorn pulls all the aggression so Aaron can get in there and do the work. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of this week's Maelstrom.
Beautiful.
I know who we're raiding.
Beautiful. Who are we raiding? Ooh.
Let me go ahead and grab this final trinket grab bag before we go. Exactly. Exactly. He'll never see it coming, right?
It's not like he watches this stream or anything.
Exactly. He will never see it coming. That handsome bastard that is
You know what?
way
Let's
too
make that the
artistic
raid
for his own thing. That I totally don't see him smirking right now, staring at the camera, looking at me.
We'll make he'll never see it coming the raid message. Sounds good.
Yep. Raid messages, he'll never see it coming. Have a good one, y'all. Until next
Cheers.
time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
Bye bye.